if you feel the traditional lead magnets are not working as much as they used to, you're right. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an AI game that people will be able to play on a website, and in exchange for being on the leaderboard, they'll have to give you their name and email so that they can stay updated. When they do, you'll be able to market to these people and move on from there. So gone are the days where you can just tell people, give me your name or subscribe to this, give me your name and email, and they're happy to share that information. We need to be a bit more creative. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to combine this approach to get people's contact details while giving them something that they want. In this case, an AI game. I'm going to be building this from scratch, so you'll see the roadblocks I run into and how to overcome them. So essentially, the plan in this video is the following. Number one, we're going to decide on the game. Number two, we're going to build it live. Number three, we're going to host it online. And number four, we're going to test it, especially the leaderboard and the email saving or storing capabilities. So essentially, by the end, we'll have a game that people can play where they can enter their name and email, and we can then grab that name and email from our database. So this is the whole plan of this video. What I will say is that in the previous video, I showed you how to create a web app that does the following. So the web app is able to take a user input. So enter something there, click a button. This will then go to a webhook, which returns some data, and the information is then returned to this web app. This will be somewhat similar. What I'm going to be doing differently though in this video is that I'm on a Windows machine for the purpose of this video. And when we're using, or what we're using in the last video was Claude Code. The problem is that installing Claude Code and using it on Windows is a bit of a longer process compared to using it on a Mac. And if I go to Claude Code, it will say how to actually install it on Windows. So if I go to Claude Code Overview and share my screen here, and I scroll down here, it will tell you that currently Claude Code does not run directly in Windows and instead requires WSL. And as I was trying to install this WSL on Windows, I was running into issues. I couldn't figure it out based on the time I spent trying to make this work. Again, I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it. It's just that in this case, I wanted to get up and running with something faster than it would take me to try and figure out all these issues. And I also wanted to try it on Windows because this is the primary OS that I use in my day-to-day. So like a couple of reasons why I'm running with the setup for this specific video. Okay, so let's get started with this. So over here, as we said, the first thing we're going to do is decide on the game. And what I would like to do is make this relevant to a specific industry. So let's say that, I don't know, for example, we are in the dog training industry. So if I go here, let's go to Claude. And let's see if this will work, because it was giving some errors earlier as I was testing it out with a few other prompts. So I want to build an AI game focused around dog training. Maybe something like giving that, like allowing your dog, the main character, let me center that, to pick up good food, which adds to his life. But if you've picked up bad food, this removes from his life. The aim is to, live as long as possible before the game is over. At the end, the user is asked to enter his name and email in order to save his position on the leaderboard. This name and email is sent to the so there are a couple of ways. Either we send this to a webhook or try and connect this directly to something, to a database like Airtable. The name and email is sent to the Airtable URL below. Let's go with the webhook since I already have the connections in N8 and Nmake. However, this could also be done directly from the app to the Airtable or whatever database you're using. It's sent to the N8N webhook below. So let's go to N8N. Let's create a new scenario as well. And let's start with a webhook. Let's grab that and let's paste this in below. Let's hit enter and let's see what Claude does with this. Here's a React component that implements your idea with a doc character. Great. Good food, bad food, a game over stream with the name and email submission. Great. In the meantime, what we also want to do is be able to set it all up where we're able to, once this is working and once we test this in Claude, we're able to upload it to a web server rather than running it on localhost. So that would be the next step. And to make that work, we'll need a few things like GitHub. We can also use, or we'll use Vercel in order to upload this online. And I'll show you the process and what that looks like in a second. So here, that's what we have. So instructions, use the arrow keys to move your dog. Green food is good, 10.5 life. Red food is bad, -15 life. Okay, your life decreases slowly over time. Survive as long as possible. Okay, let's start the game. Okay, so our dog looks doesn't look so good. At the top, we have the score. We have the life that's decreasing right here. We have the time in seconds. Okay, and let's pick up some green stuff. So score 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, let's take. So I think the score didn't decrease there. Okay, the life decreased. Okay, great. So what we want is essentially a better looking dog. So create a better looking dog icon. Maybe use an emoji. Also, as the user gets a higher score, make it more difficult, i.e. more red food and less green food to make it tougher to survive. Also, can you swap the red food with the poop emoji and the green food icon with I don't know, chicken emoji. I don't know if this exists actually. Let's see what we get there. So use a duck emoji for the player, use chicken emoji for good food, and poop emoji for bad. Increase difficulty as the player's score grows. Okay, great. So making edits, as I was saying, let's sign into GitHub here. Let's log into Vercel with GitHub as well. So we'll have this ready to go. Okay, so in GitHub, we'll need to create a new repository, which will call dog game. Public, I think it should be pretty good to go. Create repository. I believe we might also need to generate a token right here, but let's see. Okay, start game. So I got our dog there. Poop is bad. Okay, let's get some chicken. Okay, let's see if this will make it more difficult, as we said earlier. Yeah, we might want to either have a smaller space. Let's see if this is working well. So life 60. Okay, so this is decreasing. Okay, great. Okay, so life is now 49, 34, 38. Okay. So maybe we'll move the score and let's just focus on life and time. Also make the board smaller. So I'm just going to give those instructions. Let's remove the score feature and yeah, for some reason this isn't really working well. So let's remove the score feature and only focus on life and time. I also want to make the green board smaller because it's taking a long time to actually move across it. Okay, so let's make those changes. And let's see what we got. As I was saying here, while this is making changes to the code, we might need to grab a token here in order to be able to upload to GitHub. And if I remember correctly, if you go to settings, yeah, we might need to ask like GPT or something to give us information on that. And over here, we'll then add a new project as well. So this will be imported from the dog game. Okay, so this is still making edits. And what I want to do is open up ChatGPT and say, I want to upload files from my computer to GitHub. How do I do this? I'm running on Windows. Okay, eating poop will instantly end your game. Okay, that's a new addition. So 10, 20, okay, 30, and then game over. Great. So now let's just test this. So this webhook is now listening, and now I'll get the name, and I'll get the email right here. So submit score, error submitting the score. Okay. Let's just grab this. I'm just going to take a screenshot and I say I got this error and just paste that in there as well. So I like the updates to the game. However, I got this error and just paste in that. Okay, so this is fixing the webhook information. And here we get information about uploading to GitHub. So we can upload directly. We can, okay, scroll down at the commit message, use command line. Okay. So once this is working well, I'll see whether this is able to run on localhost. And then we can upload it and test it. So what I want is essentially this goes here, let's submit score, still getting the error. So still getting this error when trying to Sabi. The webhook is get or uses the get method. Okay, probably it was using post. Okay, so this is updating that, and we can try this in a second. Okay, let's start again. Let's double check this is still listening, which it is. Let's grab some poop, and let's try this one more time. Submit. Okay, that's weird. So let's just stop this and change to post. Let's listen. Let's go back to, is it post or, wait. So this changes to get. So let's go back to post, just like it was earlier. I've run into this issue a few times, and yeah, let's see if we can make this work with post. All we're trying to do is get the username, the user, and the email to submit. Doc training game, start. Okay. Error submitting score. Okay. So reverted the post to post instead of get. Okay, simplify the code to use a single post request. So here we have test URL. Okay. Post. Still running into issues. This is the URL. This is the method, which should be post. Please fix this. Okay, let's go through this. Let's see if we can make this work. This is still listening. Here's what I implement: HTML form submission. Okay, user experience. Okay, let's play again. It does this. And for some reason, I can't change the inputs in the leaderboard. Or I can't press the submit button in the leaderboard. Seems to be stuck. Okay. And as you can see, we have this bit of a back and forth in order to be able to build this, but this is to be expected as well. So let's see if we manage to get this working. As I said, once this is done, we'll be able to see if we can run this locally, and then we can upload to GitHub. Or we can just try and work with Claude to see if we can upload to GitHub directly. So there's this. Submit. Yeah, we're still getting error submitting score. Please try again. Why am I still getting this error? Okay, play again. Chicken. Make sure I got the time as well. No? 30. Yeah, the time seems to have been removed as well, now that I think about it. And I don't know if the score is actually going down just like it was before. Yeah, not really working. The submit button cannot be pressed, and the error message seems to be stuck even after starting to play the game again. That might be the issue, that it's like we're running the same instance of the game. So let's see if this fixes it. Okay, start game. Or, yeah, still making edits, I guess. Okay. I've made 2 important changes. Let's see. Need some, yeah, I can't believe I want to say, we need some poop. Boom. Okay. Test. Submission complete. All right, sweet. The problem was that we weren't listening for any incoming stuff now. So let's try again. I like that the multiple presses also work. Like if you could keep the button pressed. Okay, another problem is that we're not getting anything in the webhook. So now I'm getting this message, this success message, but not getting data sent to the webhook. So the resetting part works. I guess the submit button works. It's just that it's not getting sent to our webhook. Okay, start game. Does this. Let's submit score. Unknown error. Okay. Maybe it's this. No. Now I get this error. Yeah, there's this back and forth. I mean, generally the stuff where you're sending information to a webhook tends to work quite well pretty much out of the box, but not in this case, which is good. Because you get to see the backend for that sometimes you read it. Submit score. Okay, nothing is happening. Nothing happens when I pressed submit score. And I just realized I've been recording for 20 minutes and pretty much not making any progress, but that's okay. All part of the creation process. Opening webhook in a new tab. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay, so try again. Wait, I think I pressed the wrong button. So, boom, dun 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 dun, submit. Okay, opening webhook in a new tab. Problem is that I'm still not getting any info sent to the webhook. It does say opening webhook in here, but nothing happens. I want to be able to run this on a local host. What would it make any needed modifications so I can download this Grimoire local one? Okay. Let's try, and maybe the issue is that, I don't know, it's trying to do something that would work in a web app form, but not within Claude itself. So let's try this approach. Maybe it was on me and it was working all along. Now my question would be, how do I run this on localhost? Okay, so create the downloadable JSON to use this locally. Okay, we have the information. So let's download this. We need to go to create a new React app. Is that how we do it? Okay, so let's choose yes. Replace the app.js content with this code. So this is creating a new React app in that folder. So we just go there, go to, where's it, colon, users, Kevin, .game. Okay. So this is installing stuff here. And then we'll be able to replace the app.js content with this code. When you're ready to deploy the real webhook, simply uncomment the commented webhook code section and update the URL if needed. Okay, let's wait for this. And let's see what we get right here. Okay, so that added the packages. This is installing template dependency, removing template package. Okay, happy hacking. Great. Now, let's take the code here. Let's copy that. And then app.js, which is here. Let's edit that. Okay. In index.js, change the app to dog training game. So index.js, let's edit that. And change app slash port tab from, is that app from? Let's see if this is what we're looking for. dog training game. Save this, and here we have run that. This is related to npm not being able to find a file. Okay, so potentially it might be because of this change we made. Is this what the dev.js should look like? Here's what it should look like. Okay, okay, let's just copy, paste, save, and let's try and run this one more time. Okay, so let's paste this in, getting this error. Oh, I see. So this should be to save the game code I provided in a file name called doctrainingGame.js. So I think that might be the issue. So instead of app.js, I think that should be the name, doctrainingGame.js. So let's run again. No. You need to first create an app. Okay. Okay, so I will need to cd into that. So ls or dir cd dog game, then run npm start. All right, sweet. Something is happening. Dog training game, great. Let's start the game. Okay. Problem is that, yeah, that's not really working well. So here, I'm let's trust this, which I am expecting not to work. So this is submitting score. For some reason, that downloaded the JSON rather than submitted that. So a few things. So if we go back here and hit play again, let's say we get this. I managed to win the game, but the real border doesn't exist and did not handle para. Also, when I hit submit score, this is downloading the JSON, not submitting the info to the workflow. Please fix both of these. Okay. So just making edits. We have doctrainingGame.css, which I don't think we had before now. So this is the doctrainingGame files. So I guess we need to go here, edit, and paste that. And we have a dedicated CSS file. So let's download that. And let's just insert that right here, I guess. Let's see, the dedicated CSS file. Copy the CSS code from the second artifact. Make sure your index.js looks like this. So let's edit this, save that, and run the game again with npm start. Terminate batch, and let's try and run that again. Okay, now I have this module not found, can't resolve that. getting this error. Boom. Doc training game control doc training game.css. Doc training game. I think I have the dashes. Create a new file called doctrainingame.css, copy and paste. Yeah, so the name should be that. Okay, let's try again. And let's terminate that, and let's run this one more time. Okay, start game. Great. Sweet. Chicken, 10, and then we die. So, dom, yes, does this. So ensure this is still listening. So listen for test event. Now if I submit score, nice, we got the score. So we got the email, we got the name, the email, and the score. Great. So now, all we need to do is spawn images to Airtable. So let's create a new record, and I'm just going to create a new base right here that I'm going to use as a test, or let's just use this right here. So let's call this dog training game. So we'll just have the name of the person. What does we have? So name, email, and score. So name, can delete these. We get the email, just apply email. And let's get score, just type number, which let's make 0 decimal places, and let's have the record ID, which is a formula, which is equals record ID. Let's save this, and let's use the record ID as the primary field. So let's put that in there. All right, great. So now if I go back to NA10, all I need to do is create a record, my test database, where the list is called doc training game, and we're just going to map these to the right fields. So we have the name, we have the email, and we have the score. So that's pretty much it. If I pin this data and then test this, I should get that record right there. Great. So this is working well. Let's just delete that. And what I'm going to do is just turn this to 1. And I'm going to grab the production URL. So anytime something gets sent to this trigger, that will immediately be sent over. And I think if I look at NA10 here, yep, I can update the webhook URL right here. Paste, save, and let's close that. So now, let's test this again. So let's go here, let's play again. And chicken, 10, 20, 30, 40, poop. So John at john.com, and that's it, submit. So this says score submitted successfully. If I go here, perfect, to get that information in the database. So now all that I want to do is essentially upload this online. So I wouldn't need to run it on my local host, but anyone can run it with a URL online. So if I go to my GitHub, let's see if we can just update directly here, which is not something I've ever done, but so I can push directly to this rep. You can create a new repository. Okay, let's see. So dog game. Is there a way to upload? Log into GitHub, click add file, and then choose upload files. Where is that? Add files. GitHub, add files. Adding a file to a repository. I'm not using the command line though. I would like to save the add file, upload file. code, issues, actions. Get started, setup, uploading an existing file. Okay, sweet. So if I go here, can I just do that? I don't think so. So let's see if we can do this from our terminal. So if I go here, I exit out of this. Push an existing repository from the command line, create a new repository. Okay, so let's try and get some help on this. So if I have this, I have this. So that's one thing. This is another thing. I want to upload these files and folders to the GitHub project. You see, how do I do this using CMD? Okay, here's a straightforward way. Open CMD, go to your project folder. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go here, .game, and let's open command prompt, initialize a local Git repository. So Git init. Okay, stage all your files. Okay, warning, I'm not sure what that means. Commit changes. Okay, create running your main branch. Okay, add the remote repository, replace the URL with the one from your GitHub repo. Okay, push your local commit to GitHub. Okay, after check your GitHub rep page to confirm files are uploaded. .game. Okay, sweet. Seems to have the code right there. Right, sweet. So now if I go to Vercel and I hit import, let's see what we get. Last time I chose something called White. I don't know if this is needed, but let's test. Hit deploy. And let's see what we get. And as this is deploying, what I will say is that obviously this is me building a game, but this can be anything. If you're providing a type of resource and a type of content that people will find valuable, that they would give you their name and email for, this can be created and like be made up based on that specific thing. So deployment failed with error, failed to compile. Okay, so let's leave this as it was. I think it was sure what it was actually. Let me see if I can go back, hit import, leave this as other. Okay, hit deploy. I don't know if we need to do or to make some changes to it to make it work here. So let's see here. If I want to, actually let's go to GitHub, to ChatGPT. I now want to, this worked well. I now want to import this into Vercel. So this is the deploying here. Let's see what we get here. go to Vercel, okay, import the project, configure the project settings. And you'll see a URL. So yeah, I don't see anything. Yes, okay. So that was just leave it as the default thing. So here, essentially, we have the URL. So now if I go to doggame.whatever.vercel.app, I can play the game online. And what I also want to show you is this right here. So the URL can be shared with anyone. And once this goes through, so I get the score, the chicken. Okay, let's get a high score. 70, 80, and then boom, hit the poop. So now, let's go with Alan at alan.com. Hit submit. Score submitted successfully. And in a second, you should get that right here. So let's refresh Airtable, which decided to give us some trouble. And now we get that information right here, which means we get the email of the person, we get the name, and we get the high score as well, which means that we get the email that we can use to get in touch with the person. Obviously, you might want to provide some terms and conditions, or getting the user to agree that the email can be used for marketing purposes, but that's beyond the scope of this video. The point is that we built an app from scratch that is tied to our niche if we're in dog training, and we pushed it online so everyone can use the app, in this case, can play the game, and then they can get on the leaderboards and you get their name and email in exchange. So the creative, as I said, with this, you can use anything in place of the game. We're just building a web app that people can interact with, and then they get they get to give you their contact details in order to, in this case, again, be on the leaderboard, but that can be anything, whether it's to get a lead magnet, whether to get more information about what it is that you offer. You can make it as interactive as you want. And the good thing about this is that if I open it up in my mobile view, I should also be able, I think, to play this, on mobile. So that should always also work on different devices as well. So pretty responsive as well. Again, you might want to make the instructions a bit more clear, since it seems that we're literally on the border of the phone if I was on a phone. But yeah, just to give you an idea, this would also be mobile responsive as well. So yeah, hope you found this video useful. I realize I've been recording for 40 plus minutes, so let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see in the future. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. If you want to get access to the files that I've built here, that I uploaded to Vercel, feel free to check out the link in the description. So once you do that, all you need to do is click on that link. It will take you to the classroom section. And once you're in here, you just need to click on Classroom, which will load up in a second. Find the appropriate video. So once you click on Classroom, you'll just find a video which will be listed right here. And then you'll be able to download the files from the right-hand side right here. So that is how you can go ahead and play around with these files on your own machine. So yeah, just realized that I was not showing the video. So all you need to do is go to the URL in the description, check out or sign in if you need to with your email. And once you're in there, you just go to Classroom, find the specific video, which will be added right here, and then you'll be able to download the files from that right there. So just click on that and it will download the files so you can play around with them at your own pace. That's pretty much it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.